there will be always difficulties, either with life or education or with work. But we have to fight, and we have to pull our socks up and then just move on, because we have miles to go. I am Manju Luckson. I am a senior lecturer at the Manchester Metropolitan University. I was always very ambitious. I just wanted to be very different, always very competitive in my school life, my college life. I graduated from India, came as an overseas international nursing graduate. I did my degree in nursing from All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi. I finished there, and then I was thinking, oh, what do I do? Where do I go? So in India, it's quite common that majority of the Indian nurses who complete nursing actually either go to Middle East, Australia or US. And UK was not in the near vicinity at all. So I thought, I have to be unique. So I just thought, okay, I'll go to UK, and where there haven't been any Indian nurses migrated at all. And since I've taken over this role, many Indian nurses have actually started a career in clinical research nursing, and I'm proud that I have sort of set a path for many migrated nurses and my friends and colleagues from India. As I always said, I was very competitive, and I didn't want to be like all the other nurses. So I just wanted to do something that no one has done. So when this 6-month job for clinical research nurse came out, I thought I'll try. And if I didn't actually have any clue about what is clinical research nursing, was talking about around 15-16 years back, where there wasn't actually any clinical research career at all developed or established in NHS. I took over this role, and I was told that if I don't perform well, my contract will finish, which meant that I'll have to go back to India. And I was quite confident, I'll do my level best, and thank God, by God's grace, I did really do well. Being from a BME background, I had to work 100 times harder than a person from a white background. I carried on with my full-time job whenever I did my master's or PhD. My PhD I finished in full-time, where even when I had 2 babies in between. So I have got 3 kids, and 2 deliveries were actually during my PhD. I used to put my kids to bed at night time and then wake up and then study from 10 to 2 o'clock every night, because I hardly had any time for myself, either to work or study. I had 2 infants and a young girls who was actually needing my full-time care and attention, as well as a full-time job. So it was hard for me, but I was always motivated, really wanted to achieve if I really want to achieve it. I work hard, and I hate to think or say that I have given up. I never give up. I fight for myself and for my kids. My dad always used to tell me, never give up. So there was 2 rules in his life, never give up. And second one was, never forget the first rule. So I always, worked hard to be where I am. And the same goes to my parents. I have always seen them working hard for their kids, for the society, and I always look up to them, and still they are working hard for me and my kids. So I think my real people who has actually influenced me are my mom and dad. See, I'm quite easily laughable and cryable, so I am quite open in my emotions. I am a silly girl sometimes, and I do crack silly jokes. In my life and job, I think humor is important. I think, smile, it costs nothing. So you just can smile, and maybe someone's day, you make their day by smiling at them or wishing them good morning or whatever. What gets me cried is when people try to make use of you and try to think that she can do anything for you, and she's just there because she never says no. And I am actually a person who struggles to actually say no. If you ask me, because I'm currently in academia, I would say I want to be a reader and soon a professor, and it's good to be known as Professor Manju, and that's my dream. But is that my genuine ambition? I don't know. I want to do something that can actually impact on people's life, whether it's health or mental health or social status, or even influencing someone through my life or through my career. That that would be a great thing for me, and I think that's my biggest ambition. The only advice I could say is nothing comes to you on your way. You have to go and find out. There are hundreds and thousands of opportunities, and you just have to grab them as they come out. Never put yourself at the back of it and think, oh, should I go, should I go, should I not go? Always go for it. You never know what's out there for you, and unless and until you try and go for it, it would never come on your way. The more important thing is, you don't go because you want a title as a research person. You go so that you can actually make some difference, or a single difference to a patient care or a patient's health status through the work that you have done, or through the influence of your work that someone has actually implemented to the patient care. There's quite a lot of women workforce, unsaid and unknown, in healthcare or in research and even in science. But it's always the stories are heard for the louder, and men are always loud. And if you look at the top levels of any organization, any research, any science, it's always men at the top. So it's very important and crucial to identify those who are actually starring or performing really well in any field, particularly if they are women, to actually identify them so that they can be the role model for the upcoming generation, particularly the young teenage girls who are coming out to see that, yeah, obviously, if she can do it, I can also do it. So to set women as the role models for the younger generation, for our own kids, and for the future equality agenda, it's very important that we celebrate women in research.